Bhaiya Bahan in English class today. In the previous class, we discussed about Dr. Sadao. How did Dr. Sadao manage to bring that man into his house? In which room he kept that man? What did he think about that man? And finally, Dr. Sadao thought to save that man by operating him. When Dr. Sadao started his work, at first that man was needed to be washed because that man was very dirty. So he told Hannah to bring hot water. Hannah told Dr. Sadao that why not servants should do this. Hannah called Yumi and Dr. Sadao also called other servants. And what happened next we should see in the next paragraph. Now see the paragraph. Then Hannah led the way quickly and softly to the kitchen. The two servants were frightened at what their master had just told them. The old gardener, who was also a house servant, pulled the few hairs on his upper lip. In this paragraph, we see Hannah led the way as they walked fast towards the kitchen. The two servants in the kitchen were scared after hearing their master's words regarding the injured man. The old gardener, who also worked as a servant, was thinking over the news and pulling the hair from his upper lip. Means all the servants were surprised to know that Dr. Sadao is going to treat a man who was their enemy. Next. The master ought not to heal the wound of this white man, he said bluntly to Hannah. The white man ought to die. First he was shot, then the sea caught him and wounded him with her rocks. If the master heals what the gun did and what the sea did, they will take revenge on us. In this paragraph, we see the servants say, what about that man? The old gardener spoke bluntly to Hannah. Here, bluntly means in a straightforward manner. The old gardener spoke bluntly to Hannah. He said that Sadao must not treat the injured white man. He reasoned that the man was destined to die. Firstly, he had been wounded by a gunshot, and secondly, the rocks of the sea wounded him further. If Sadao healed the wounds given by the gun and the sea, then the gun and the sea would treat them as enemies and seek revenge. The gun represents the Japanese army and the sea represents the country of Japan. If they treated the enemy, they would be punished by Japan. Here, all the servants and gardener spoke bluntly to Hannah that Dr. Sadao must not treat the injured man. Otherwise, the Japanese people may punish them. Now, next paragraph. I will tell him what you say, Hannah replied courteously. But she herself was also frightened, although she was not superstitious as the old man was. Could it ever be well to help an enemy? Nevertheless, she told Yumi to fetch the hot water and bring it to the room where the white man was. Here, courteously means politely. Superstitious means irrational beliefs, means andhvishwas, you can say. Here, Hannah politely said to the gardener that she would pass his message to Sadao. She was frightened, though not superstitious like the old man. She thought that helping an enemy could never be good for them. Still, she asked Yumi to get hot water into the room where the injured man was kept. Now, the next paragraph. She went ahead and slid back the partitions. Sadao was not yet there. Yumi, following, put down her wooden bucket. Then she went over to the white man. When she saw him, her thick lips folded themselves into stubbornness. I have never washed a white man, she said, and I will not wash so dirty a one now. Here, stubbornness means firm determination. What happened here? Hannah went inside first and moved the partition to one side. Sadao was not there. Yumi followed her and kept the wooden bucket on the floor. As she saw the white man, her thick lips folded and the expressions on her face indicated her determination. She said firmly that she had never washed an American man and that she would never wash one who was as dirty as that injured man. Here Yumi refused to clean that man. Yumi said she cannot wash that man because that man was an American. That man was a white man. After this, Hannah cried at her severely. You will do what your master commands you. After listening this, Hannah reacted to Yumi's refusal. She screamed at her that she was supposed to follow her master's orders. Suppose your servants avoids your work, what you will do? You will scream at your servant. You will cry at your servant. There was so fierce a look, resistance upon Yumi's round, dull face that Hannah felt unreasonably afraid. After all, if the servants should report something that was not as it happened. After this, Hannah became afraid. Here, fierce means dangerous. Resistance means the refusal to accept or comply with something. In this paragraph, we see Yumi resisted strongly. Her dull face had a dangerous look of protest which scared Hannah. She was worried that if the servants reported something different from what had happened, they could land into trouble. After this, Hannah said, Very well, she said with dignity. You understand, we only want to bring him to his senses so that we can turn him over as a prisoner. When Yumi refused to clean that man, see the situation, what happened. Hannah changed her expressions to respect and said, Very well. She explained to Yumi that they intended to bring the unconscious man into his senses and then they would hand him over as a prisoner. Means Hannah said that when they will cure this man, they will hand this man to the police. So this man should be treated here. Hannah said. I will have nothing to do with it, Yumi said. I am a poor person and it is not my business. Here Yumi said that she was not concerned about their plans. She added that she was a poor person and it was none of her business to know about their plans. Yumi said to Hannah, Ma'am, I don't know what you want. What is your plan? I am a poor person and what I have to know about your plans. Means Yumi was determined not to clean that man. Then please, Hannah said gently, return to your own work. At once Yumi left the room, but this left Hannah with the white man alone. She might have been too afraid to stay had not her anger at Yumi's stubbornness now sustained her. Here we see, after discussion with Yumi, Yumi left that place. And Hannah said gently, Okay, Yumi, return to your own work. Hannah said to Yumi that then she should return to her work. Yumi left the room at once. Hannah was again left alone with the white man. She would have been afraid to remain there all alone, but her anger on Yumi's firm determination made her stay in the room. Means when Yumi left the room, Hannah became angry. And Hannah, with full dignity, lived in that room, stayed in that room to show that if you will not do work, I can do work. So Hannah was in the room alone when Yumi left the room. When Yumi left the room, Hannah said, Stupid Yumi, she muttered fiercely. Is this anything but a man and a wounded, helpless man? Here Hannah said with anger that Yumi was a stupid person. She said that it was just an injured man. Now see the next paragraph. In the conviction of her own superiority, she bent impulsively and untied the knotted rugs that kept the white man covered. When she had his breast bare, she dipped the small clean towel that Yumi had brought into the steaming hot water and washed his face carefully. The man's skin, though rough with exposure, was of a fine texture and must have been very blonde when he was a child. Here, conviction means firm belief, faith, you can say. Impulsively means to do something suddenly without thinking. Rugs means blanket, blonde, of light color. In this paragraph, we see Hannah was so full of anger at the refusal by the maid, Yumi, that without thinking she opened the blanket in which the man was injured. His chest was bare. Hannah took a small clean towel, dipped it in the steaming hot water, and washed his face. The man's skin was rough due to being exposed to the sun, but it had a good texture and he must have been very fair as a child. Means when Hannah started cleaning that man, she found that the boy must be a fair child when he was a child. She saw the man's skin was rough due to being exposed to the sun, but his body was excellent. His physique was excellent according to Hannah. Now see the next paragraph. While she was thinking these thoughts, though not really liking the man better now that he was no longer a child, she kept on washing him until his upper body was quite clean, but she dared not turn him over. Where was Sadao? Now her anger was ebbing, and she was anxious again, and she rose, wiping her hands on the wrong towel. Then, lest the man be chilled, she put the quilt over him. Here, ebbing means decreasing gradually. Rose means stood up. Chilled means freeze due to cold weather. Means when Hannah was cleaning that man, what happened here? Hannah kept on cleaning the man's upper body. As she had these thoughts, she did not like the man as he was not a child anymore. She did not have the courage to turn him over and thought of Sadao. Her anger was decreasing and she started becoming restless. She stood up and wiped her hands with the wrong towel, as she did not want the man to freeze due to the cold weather. She put the quilt on him. After this, Sadao, she called softly. He had been about to come in when she called. His hand had been on the door, and now he opened it. She saw that he had brought his surgeon's emergency bag and that he wore his surgeon's coat. When Hannah called Sadao, immediately Hannah found that he had been on the door when she called him. He opened the door. Hannah saw that Sadao was carrying his surgeon's emergency bag and was wearing his surgeon's coat. He was prepared to operate upon the injured man. Now this is the time of classwork. So write two questions. Who brought a bucket of hot steaming water into the room of white man? Next question. How did Dr. Sadao come into the room of the white man? Okay, very good. Yumi, the maid servant, brought hot steaming water into the room of white man. And next question, how did Dr. Sadao come to the room of white man? Very easy answer. Sadao came to the room of white man with a bag and he was wearing his surgeon's coat. Why? Because he was preparing to operate upon the injured man. Now you write your homework. Prepare question answer of lesson 4. Next day we shall again continue the same chapter. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.